Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Rusty Relic Auto Salvage. I'm just about to go hop on the loader. We got a couple of engines we need to get pulled out.
Man, I tell you, today is not cooperating.
As you can see, all that rain
Really hinders production around. Quite literally, because I can't really leave my camera outside to film anything because it's going to get wet, and I don't have a thing like a case or anything like that that would keep it protected, and I don't really want to destroy the camera.
And I don't know if the camera picks it up, but all of that is ice underneath the layer of rain. There's probably like a 1/4 inch layer of rain that's sitting on top of probably 3/8 of an inch of ice. So you got to kind of do the penguin walk as you're walking around anyway, otherwise you just slip and fall and land on your back, which is obviously no good.
Unfortunately, I'm trying to really get some stuff done today, more than normal, because we're supposed to flash freeze, which means all that water on top of the ice is just going to add to it. It's going to make things even more difficult to be able to do anything. But either way, I will make do. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining kind of what the process is out here. And unfortunately, with all this ice, every piece of equipment we've got, rollbacks, trucks, trailers, skid steers, loader, and everything will spin on the ice, and it just makes things more treacherous, more dangerous, and we have to bear in mind that we need to be safe while we're doing this kind of stuff.
Well, I haven't been able to film anything with it keeps downpouring for like 10 minutes and then it's clear for 10 minutes. So about the time I can grab the camera and put it back up, it's raining again. So, but anyhow, I got this engine out. It actually just fell off the K-member as I pulled it out from underneath. So that was kind of nice. Saved me some. Well, our breakage box is full now, so they're going to come here tomorrow and swap it out for us, and then we can go back to filling it up. Well guys, it's bright and early the next morning. We're closed today. Well, at the time of filming, this is New Year's Eve. You guys won't actually see this until 2026, but anyhow, we have decided that we are going to go ahead and reopen the U-Pullet, and we're not going to pull parts for customers anymore. That kind of seems to be, it doesn't seem to be where the market is right now, and we've had a lot more people that have asked to come out and pull their own parts, so we're just going to go ahead and reopen that. However, that being said, we haven't been U-Pullet in several years now, and there has been a lot that's been accumulated that needs to move. So this toolbox is going to have to move. this topper with stuff in it. I don't even remember what we have in it, but it's full. We got some tires right there and a little go-kart frame that we picked up. Those totes or radiators are gonna have to move. The gantry crane's gonna have to move. The F650 right there is gonna have to move. Got a couple of hoods there that I'm gonna get moved. I'm gonna get all that cleared out. And it's really hard to tell because, I mean, obviously we're wading around in snow right now. However, this pile right here behind the go-kart is a pile of dirt that I put there. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. I think it was 2 years ago. It's been there so long that trees are growing out of it. But I put it there to make some room somewhere else. Didn't think I'd ever have to move it. Well, it is slapping the way. Oh yeah, and all this stuff's got to move. I got some AC condensers here from tearing apart a AC unit. But yeah, there's a big old pile of steel here, but this is mostly dirt. There's actually not as much snow there as you think. We're gonna hop on the skid steer and get rid of all that, but this opening is what I initially designed people to walk through to come pick up their parts. Well, they never really transpired. It ended up just being employee walkthrough, and that was before we did this door here. Now that we have that door, it didn't really matter, but customers would normally walk through where we used to have the main gate. Well, the main gate's by the road now, so it doesn't really matter, but we're gonna get these two boards out of here, and then customers can come through here. This is actually our office, and then there's actually a window right that way. So even if customers don't come inside, we can check them in and out through that main window and move on their way. But that being said, we need to get this over with the other trucks. The loader's gonna have to move into that space when it's all said and done. And we're gonna end up bringing the rollback over here and parking it rather than it being up front in the way. We leave both the rollback and the loader plugged in. It's a lot easier for starting and warming up and what have you, then we don't have any issues. But this way, they can still be plugged in, they'll be out of the way, and that'll free up a bunch of space in the front parking for customers to park. It'll make things way easier. But we're gonna go ahead and get this loader warming up, get what we can moved it with it, and then we'll hop on the skid steer and we'll get some more stuff moved. So more than likely, this is gonna be kind of a time lapse while we get all this taken care of. Well, we've decided going into the new year, we're going to do something completely different with tires. I've already tossed the singles out. I have no idea whether or not we're going to keep the good ones or we're going to just toss them all and just not have any anymore. But either way, once we hop on that skid steer, we're going to figure out something real quick because they've got to go too. we go. Now that we're done moving tires, we can move some other stuff. Now, what do you guys say we take this down the fun way? I didn't feel like getting the tools out, and that way was much, much more satisfying. Let's go ahead and swap over to the bucket now. Alright guys, got the rollback over here. We got the opening for people to come through to collect their parts all taken care of. Still got a few little things to clean up. Those things and the lockers and stuff got to go. And the hood, there's 2 tailgates that need to go, but we can deal with that another day. It's getting to the point where it's New Year's Eve in the afternoon, and like I said, we're technically closed, and I'd like to go spend some time with family, as I'm sure many other people would. But we got the loader over here too. We actually moved all the tires to over there by the semi-trailers. I'm gonna walk over there with them tires and get them stacked up real quick, and then in a future date we're gonna build some tire racks and make them proper. But this is good enough for now. This will get us started on Monday, so that way customers can come out and grab some parts. So I will see you guys on Monday when we reopen after the new year. Alright guys, that's it for this one. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button and share it with your friends, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Later.